Every like, every comment, and every subscriber gives me motivation daily to dedicate my life to bringing you guys the best MMA content on YouTube. With that being said, it's your boy Trippy, and let's get into what's going on in the world of MMA. Okay, so Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz is scheduled for UFC 262 as the co-main event to Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira. And you know, this fight will be making history as the first 5-round co-main event in UFC history. And so, you know, that's crazy due to the fact that this may change co-main events forever. We may see more and more of these 5-round co-main events, and honestly, I think that they should do that because although it's a co-main event, technically it's still a main event, if you get what I'm saying. So I say, yeah, make more 5-round co-main events. Matter of fact, let's change it. Let's make all of them 5-round co-main events. But today, I want to talk about Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards in this matchup. Honestly, you guys, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that they made this fight because it makes absolutely no sense. The matchup is just stupid, and it's a terrible matchup for Nate Diaz. And frankly, I'm going to just flat out say it, it's not competitive. It's not competitive, and that's not to crap on Nate Diaz. I am a big Nate Diaz fan. Trust me, I love Nate Diaz, and I love his older brother, Nick Diaz, but I'm just calling a spade here. This fight makes no sense, and it only benefits one person, and that's Leon Edwards. If he wins, yes, I'll leave just the door open to Nate Diaz winning, but I'm going to just go ahead and say this is a terrible matchup for him. If you think about Leon Edwards and his skill set, he honestly does damn near everything better than Nate Diaz except for on the ground. He has the advantage everywhere in this fight except for on the ground. And Nate Diaz, let's be honest, can y'all really see Nate Diaz getting Leon Edwards to the ground? Maybe with a trip, maybe with a throw, but not with a takedown. He is not going to go out there and wrestle Leon Edwards and actually get him to the ground. And plus, that's just not Nate's style. You look at Leon Edwards, he's a much better kicker. Nate Diaz doesn't even throw kicks, but he's going to utilize those kicks. I bet you he's going to utilize that a ton in this matchup. He's going to box with Nate Diaz. He's going to stand with Nate Diaz, but mainly I can see him utilizing a lot of kicks and a lot of elbows in the clinch. Boy, is he going to slice up that face of Nate Diaz, and he's not going to let Nate Diaz enter so Nate Diaz can get any of his game going. I just can't see that. He's going to utilize those kicks early. He's going to kick that leg. He's going to kick that body. He's going to jab Nate Diaz's face off anytime he tries to enter into that area where he can land some of his boxing, and boy is he gonna slice that face up with elbows, knees to the body in the clinch. He's gonna throw Nate Diaz, possibly take Nate Diaz down, but that's where I see Diaz having his only advantage in this fight. Other than that, this is a complete mismatch. Edwards is bigger, stronger, faster, and way more technically sound on the feet. Leon Edwards is a much more talented striker than Nate Diaz. And like I said, this is not a Nate Diaz hate video. This is not just going to be me ripping into Nate Diaz this entire time. Like I said, I am a massive Nate and Nick Diaz fan. More Nate because Nick Diaz, that was more whenever I just started getting into the UFC. When I just started getting into the UFC, Nick Diaz was already on his way out. I'm just a little mad due to the fact that I feel like we have to start valuing these fighters' image. I understand they're fighters. But this right here is just ridiculous. In my opinion, they are in way too different stages of their careers. I feel like Nate Diaz is honestly nearing the end. I see about 2 more years in the gas tank for him. And Leon Edwards is just getting started, let's be honest. And so the only upside I see to this is that if Leon Edwards goes out there and dominates Nate Diaz like I expect him to, this is going to really open up a lot of the casual fans' eyes. Because the hardcore fans already know how good Leon Edwards is. We understand that he is underrated in terms of how good he is and how much attention he gets. But with the Nate Diaz fight, this is only going to skyrocket his stardom. He doesn't have much of it, but this is honestly going to rocket launch that due to the fact that a lot of people are going to be watching simply because of Nate Diaz. There's a lot of Nate Diaz's fans out here, and you know, he's inches away, and I mean inches from being a household name. Nate Diaz wins a title, he's a household name. But the landscape of 170, It's just they're making a ton of fights that just simply don't make any sense. Like, honestly, the title fight that's happening in April, Usman versus Masvidal. Let's be honest. That fight might go the same way it did the last time, and let's remember that it wasn't that exciting. I just don't get why they made it. Actually, no, I do know why they made the title fight, due to the fact that Jorge Masvidal is a big star, and Kamaru Usman is a star as well. A lot of people don't agree, but the guy has over 1 million Instagram followers, and that's going to put butts in seats because that is the first fight with fans back in attendance. So I do get it, actually. But it's just not a logical fight in terms of the sport. If the UFC actually went by its rankings and went by Jorge Masvidal just got 50-45 to by Kamaru Usman, we all understand that, okay, this fight probably isn't competitive a second time. Let's not make it a second time. Not saying that. Not giving my official prediction for that fight here, but I'm just saying that that's what it looked like after the fight happened the first time. But yet they went to make it again. Honestly, with the stacked undercard like that, they could have made Usman versus Covington 2, in my opinion, which is way more competitive than Usman Masvidal. But I don't know. They just don't listen to the fans sometimes. Not to go on a tangent and to stay focused on the topic, Nate Diaz shouldn't be fighting Leon Edwards. And I'm going to say this. Nate Diaz shouldn't be fighting contenders. Because let's be real here, Nate Diaz, I wouldn't say is declining like crazy, but he is declining just a little bit. But mainly it's just that the fight game, sadly enough, has evolved past Nate Diaz. We have tons of new talent. Nate Diaz has been around for a long time. The game has changed since he got big in the sport. It just is. His last really good notable win was Anthony Pettis. And, you know, I think before that was Conor McGregor. I mean, the game in those 3 years that he was off has changed. And we see a lot more talent. And also, let me throw this out there. Nate Diaz isn't really a natural welterweight. Those guys are bigger than him. And he's just going to get tossed around by everyone in the top 5. He's just going to get tossed around by that. So who should Diaz be fighting? Honestly, if he's fighting at welterweight, give him guys like Donald Cerrone. Give him guys like Nico Price. Give him guys like freaking Platinum Mike Perry. Give him guys like that. Give him legends. Give him Robbie Lawler. Give him those type of guys. If Ben Askren was still fighting, I would say give him Ben Askren. Damian Maia. Give him those kind of guys. Stop giving him contenders because honestly, it's just going to be a sad outcome every single time. If you put him up against legends or guys who aren't really that advanced skill-wise, or at least on the level of him now, that makes for exciting fights. I mean, this fight isn't going to be very exciting. It's just going to be a beatdown. A one-sided beatdown is how I expect it to go. I'll release my final prediction when the fight gets closer because why not? But I'm just saying Nate Diaz is going to stick around. I'm not sure how long he's going to stick around after this one, but if he is going to stick around after this fight, let's stop giving him contenders. Let's stop getting him guys in his prime. Let's just stop doing that. Let's give him legends. Let's give him guys who are not that advanced skill-wise to where they've just surpassed the level he's at. Give him guys like how I just named. Cowboy Cerrone. Him versus Nico Price would be crazy. Shoot, they should have made him versus Vicente Luque. I don't know why they didn't make that fight. Well, I guess because Vicente Luque just fought. Give him Tyron Woodley. Hell, if they're going to let Tyron Woodley fight again, I would love to see a Nate Diaz, Tyron Woodley throwdown. Hell, honestly, with the way Woodley's been fighting, I favor Nate Diaz in that fight, if I'm honest. But enough of me going off. I just felt like there were some points that needed to be made and some things that needed to be stated, and I just put it all out there. Yes, it's a piece of UFC history, but to me, this is the bad fight to choose to make a piece of UFC history with. But let's get a debate going. I want to hear y'all's opinions in the comment section below. It's been your boy Trippy, and once again, I'm out, man.